Okay, hey everyone. So today we're going to do a design here. I have a client that's looking for something like this. It's a marquee halo with a split shank, excuse me. Kind of a design here. We don't really see the bottom half of the ring here, but we're going to try to recreate this here. Okay, we're going to pull up the finger size. Go to my notes actually. 7.5. I'm just going based off of my client's specified marquee here. Now in this case I don't really know the depth, but usually the percentage on all stones are usually around 60 or so percentage. So if you want to just play with the value there and get something close, something like this is pretty good to start with. Now I'm going to rotate it so it's set east-west, and what I'm going to do is bring that up there and raise it up 5 millimeters to kind of give it some height there. I don't want it too low just because it has this kind of design underneath, so we're going to make a kind of like a basket setting on top. This is its center object. From here, we'll just put, I don't think they specified what size stones they wanted to use here, so we're just going to use our judgment here. I always put a little bit of a tolerance onto the stone sizes, so if I were to select 1.4 in CAD, once I actually mount these and once they're casted, I would actually pick out 1.3. So I always add a little bit extra to my work here, just so the setter has has room for these stones, allow for shrinkage when you print these waxes out, and also for casting. Try to make these videos not too lengthy. Let's see if we can kind of get these in half-hour mark, like 30-minute videos. Obviously, if they're a little bit more in depth, more detail orientated, then yeah, those videos will be probably broken in sections. Okay, so here we have something weird going on here where it's like doesn't want to sweep. Let's see if we can mirror it on both sides. The profile and see if that helps. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I like to rebuild it with a certain amount of control points just so it makes it look a little bit more rounded, a little bit more organic, not too stiff. Obviously the lower the amount, the more round, less control points you have around your profiles. As it's swept, you get more of a rounded look. If that's what you're trying to go for, then there's no perfect way of designing something. Sometimes this can make it look a little bit more organic, a little bit more nicer. So, okay. See, it doesn't really follow the profile curve, but for this purpose, and also it helps with your renders. It makes them look a lot nicer, but we'll see also a comparison if we were to have it without refit. See how that looks, just to show you. Do not simplify. Now let's close it. See how that looks. Alright, back close it. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, sometimes if that happens, I don't know if it's the way I started doing sweep 2. Sometimes the program gets a little bit confused. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it's always the program and not you. Okay. Here what I like to do is just dupe edge this curve, and I rebuild that. Add about 100 to that, and I would jump on curve. I would hit this toggle twice till it tells you to select a surface curve or point. So I would select the surface here just so they lay flat nicely on there. Change this value down to 1.4. Reduce my spacing. Put a midpoint. Sometimes if you take that to 0, it would add one more stone in there. But in this case, it's not going to do that for me. There we go. See how that does? It's something I noticed. Okay. So that looks good. And what I'll do is I'll mirror this and this to the other side. Just so we have an even amount. It's all nice spaced. That's how the halo looks. Sometimes the client doesn't prefer to have the center stone flush with the halo. Let's see if that picture looks. It's not too visible from the side. But you know what we'll do? We'll just maybe we'll reduce this thickness here. Maybe that's a little bit too thick. It's okay, we can leave the stones as is because all we're doing is just changing this here. We're just scaling 1D. Change this down to 1.4. Sweep 2. Lowers this down just a smidge. Just so it gives it a little bit of depth. But it's not so harsh. It kind of gives a little bit of flow. A little bit of airspace there. What we'll do here is we'll add a head builder. But we'll only do one rail here. And the client actually wants 6 prongs and all rounded. So we'll have to go into that second menu there. And put this circle. And the same goes for the other side. And change the overall diameter down to about 0.85. 0.5. 0.90 sounds good. We'll nudge it in 0.3. You don't want to make these center points too thin, but since we have 6 of them here, I think it'll be okay, because the center stone will be secure. You don't want them too thick where it's so gaudy looking, where it's too massive. It takes away from the center stone, so you want them subtle. Just because you have 6 of them, it should be fine. Yeah. Split shank looks like there's 2 levels. It's not on the same level, and one row has thicker stone, or not thicker, larger stones on the outside versus inside. 10mm wide, yeah. Half pointers outside, 1.5 pointers on the inside. So what we'll do, actually we'll make a distance marker. I'll add a little bit, 10.15, just to allow for tolerance, shrinkage, casting, polishing, just so it stays at 10 when finished. What we'll do is we'll actually draw a line like so. And this is almost going to, it's supposed to indicate like that cross, you know, this split shank. We actually also have to add our outside rail. We'll do that now. That start. Just do a regular rounded outside profile. Add 1. Let's add 1.5. 1.9. And we'll change this to 2. So it gives us that kind of a shape there. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scale 2D this. So I have to project this line to this using curve from 2 views. First, I also have to make my other rail here, my other line for the other side. This side here. Okay, so this is, you would imagine where those stones will lay on this line. Same with this one. Because I'm trying to mark the mid, trying to figure out where I want to project these lines onto this outside rail. I know it's not exactly 10, but we'll see how it lays once we project these curves here. Like so. I'll do the same for the other one. See, it didn't really complete because this actually has to be. And I did something here. Okay, this has to actually be centered that way. It's nice and even. that's actually going to work better to stay in that 10 millimeter mark. So I'm going to try this one more time. Curve from 2 views. Again, this is the mid section. So imagine those green curves are going to be the 2 outside rails. Excuse me, 2 curves inside and outside rails. So when you do a sweep 2, it's going to go around this. So from here, I'm going to make, sorry, like this. I'm just doing my profile curves by hand here. Okay, what I'm actually going to do. There we go. So when I sweep 2, sweep 2, I'm actually getting this here. Some distance between that, that's okay. I don't know why that was on. All I did was I turned on my perpendicular because I wanted it to be perpendicular because these are parallel to each other. So the way I had it orientated the first time was a little bit off. This should actually be closer together, so this should be wider a little bit. There we go. And the inside section is actually lower. So it does look like it's lower. Just by the illusion of it here, but just because we have history on, we could always lower this smidge. Do quad flip, join those. This is what you get from doing that. Okay. We'll get in there. So we're going to do half pointers and 1.5. And I'm going to do edge, and I'm going to rebuild 100 points. Okay, just so they space out, lay nicely on here. Well, before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the bottom of this halo. So what I'll do, 6. Then I grab that curve. And again, just like from when we did the split shank curve from 2 views. See, it's a little bit, extends a little too far. So what I'll do is scale 2D. Okay. Profile, mirrored it, and I'm going to sweep 1 here, here, close, okay. There we go. You could always change the order, the way it looks. Let's see. Do something like that. So it extends a little bit too far. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just draw a line here and I'll pipe this. We'll make the ends rounded, diameter 0.9. You can do 1 millimeter. Yeah, 0.9 seems okay. There. Just bring everything back just to make sure it's okay. Don't worry about this excess here. We'll boolean this. We'll cap it. We'll make it look. We'll make it look okay. So, okay. And start laying down the stones. Gem curve. Toggle this back off just so I can see where they are. Okay. Hit this twice. Select surface. Side stones. Spacing. Again, we'll do that. Select surface. Here. Seems to end. Same spot. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Alright. So we'll gem top and we'll go back to this again. Right click and we'll gem top. We'll do from here is we'll also bring this back up because I'm an extrude curve. I'm going to use this as my cutter. I'm going to turn infinite on just so it's straight planar. Like scale 2D. Something like that. That's good. Alright. What I'll do here is I'll extract surface. I won't copy them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all these. Patch. Adjust tangency and automatic trim. Depending on how many U spans and V spans you use. You get shapes like that. To kind of give it like, you know, more of an organic end cap look versus very straight. And from here I'll just join edge. Just because when you join these, they're not going to join nicely. So these should all, instead of doing that on that side, what I'll do, I'll just do that. Make sure there's no duplicates. Yeah. That one snuck in there. So again, I'll just check this to make sure it's okay. Yep. There we go. Bring these stones back up. What I'll do is double check I have enough spacing. Alright. I'm gonna add prongs. So prong adder. I'm gonna do a 4-prong. Change these values to 90. I add about half millimeter. You can go a little bit thinner. 0.35. I wouldn't recommend going too thin, just because once you print these, you're not going to really have too much to work with once you set these. So yes, everything looks massively enlarged in the computer, but once you print these out, they're not going to look the same way. Increase the nudge just so they're separated, they're not too close together, because once you print these out, these are going to be all smushed together. It's going to be like one big prong. 85 is even worse. You could also change the angle, rotate them. There we go. Also going to do it for the top. we're gonna add some detail here. We're gonna add some scallops. I'm gonna cut a little bit of the metal inside because these are bedded inside the shank. So normally, old style jewelry, they would do the setting by hand, and now with this type of software, you can do this kind of thing on a computer. So styles, let's do standard. No. Yeah, this type of standard with the U. If you haven't even started saving your styles under here, I saved a couple already. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Set the bend to 0. You could change this to 0.9. Change the width to 0.2. Turn that up 1. And you could save this by hitting Styles, add to library, you name it what you want, and you hit save. I already did so here, but it's going to save a preview like that. So when you want to load a style again, you just hit Styles. It's already going to be preloaded in there. Just click it, and it'll load up to the specifications that you put down. So we're going to do the same thing here. I don't know why that's not wanting to register. Never seen that happen before, where it doesn't want to load in this. You know what? That's okay. What I'll do, I'll just add the stones again. So I know I'm probably well over the half-hour mark, but hopefully I won't go over an hour. Let's try this one more time, see if this works. No. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Okay, well that sucks. I don't know why that happened. Sorry guys. Sometimes this program, I don't know, throws a lot of curveballs at you because There's so much unexpected stuff that happens. It crashes on you. Sometimes things don't fully in the way you want it to. They don't fill it the way you want it to. But hopefully this channel, I'm gonna try and tell you some tips, tricks, I don't know, things that's helped me. But right now, I need a little help on this. I don't know why that happened. Let's see if it even makes it gem. See if it makes a gem cutter. Makes a channel. But it doesn't make microphone. Interesting. Oh wow, okay. I guess that's how it worked. It didn't want to go. Alright, when I highlighted the stones and I just dropped it in here, it doesn't do anything. I hit my F6 on my keyboard, microprong, and it works. I don't know. That's the first time I've encountered something like that. So let me know if that's happened to you before. So again, okay. Alright, because I redid the gems, and that's what I did. I have to put prongs in again. There we go. Alright. Boolean. We'll also do another split cutter there, and it's the same way. Styles. I guess I'll have to do this again. Alright, microprong. Styles. Middle. Apply. Drop down one. Actually increase this to 0.3. Do the same thing here. Again, if you save your styles, it should be easy. Just load it. Change what you need to change, but it should be all plug and play, Some people don't like using hotkeys or shortcuts or that sort of thing, but that's okay. There's no one right way of designing. Yeah, this doesn't let me put it in here. Alright, channel. Boolean. Oh. Sometimes you gotta hit the right one. Select the right cutter that you want. Yeah, if you do it like that, it'll select for you. There we go. Alright. Do this again. Quad flip, top right. Make sure there's no duplicates somewhere. Nope. It's coming along. Just have to finish the top, and I think after that, it's a wrap. Okay, it's coming along nicely. And we'll do again for the top. We'll do the jump cutters, or the echo cutters here. Let's see if it works. Just put it. I don't know why it does that. It's preloading from the last gem we selected. That's fine. Just do them anyways. This one. Yeah, this pre-selected one already. It's the one I saved before. Is it? It's the second tier. This one. Yep. Alright, lastly I'll just orientate these prongs here. So I just F6, edit single prong. And with this little toggle there, I can change the angle of it. And instead of matching exactly, I'm just going to mirror it this side. Like that. And it needs a prong in there just for a little bit of safe measure. All I want to do is just line pipe. Let's add that right there. And that's it. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long, too unbearable, too boring. I'm going to be making more videos and style videos like this. Just, jobs that I get, and, how I work and how I go about, deconstructing from a photo and just replicating, a CAD for jewelry purposes, or, personal manufacturing, or just for learning something new. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you catch the next video.